Hi there, and welcome to Apple World. I have no cash, and I will let you know something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you all. Wendy Williams is in a truly major dilemma, since she is presently separating and uncovering that she's down and out and lost all her cash. Wendy has been away from our screens for quite a while, yet she reported that she will be highlighted in a narrative dropping soon. For reasons unknown, the roads are saying that Wendy's doing the show as a final desperate attempt to bring in some cash after she lost everything and offered every one of her possessions to collect some cash, including her purple seat. Anyway, there's something else to this on the grounds that the roads are saying that this could be the final time that Wendy will at any point be on television, since she may be resigning for good. You all know there's a ton of crude stuff happening here, since there are likewise charges that the explanation Wendy is bankrupt is that her gatekeepers have supposedly been botching her cash, so we should stall this show. The Watchman has not worked effectively to safeguard my mother, my significant other, and my life right now. She's powerless and defenseless, and she should associate with individuals who aren't going to take it be. I have no companions. We're at last going to be seeing Wendy Williams on our screens again in light of the fact that she just declared that she will be featured in a narrative that will be delivered in half a month. Fans have blended sentiments about this narrative in light of the fact that while it's good to see Wendy on our screens, it doesn't appear as though she is in an extraordinary spot, truly and intellectually. I mean, she, in a real sense, got going by conceding that she's broke and has no cash left. I have no cash. I will let you something know if it happens to me, it could happen to you. This was not promising, and it just demonstrates that the bits of gossip about Wendy not being in the best shape were valid, in addition to its precisely that she would battle monetarily, taking into account that she hasn't worked in around 3 years. She was away from the Wendy Williams show in the last season since she had a few medical problems like entanglements from her Graves' illness, as well as coronavirus the show was in. The long run dropped in February 2022 after she was away for the whole 14th season. It has been a long time since then, and Wendy hasn't worked from that point forward. Rather, she has confronted a great deal of extremely chaotic circumstances that just clarified that she is encircled by individuals who don't be guaranteed to have her well-being on a basic level. For instance, news about this narrative was first spilled back in April 2023. However, at the time it was accounted for to be an unscripted television show. Her sibling rushed to hammer her group for attempting to exploit Wendy and power her into accomplishing something that she ought not be doing. He said, "This isn't a lady who is in the right outlook to get a show. Moving, for what reason are you even here? Do you see the conditions she's in? Does it seem as though she's prepared to begin a web recording, for God's sake?" It doesn't. He likewise talked about how he was stressed that Wendy would lament shooting the show when she improved at and understood that the entire world has seen her at her most reduced state. I won't lie. He talked about realities. When he gets out, anything that they do with it will be miserable. I can't fault Wendy for anything. I maintain that she should get better. She's worse, so I can't be frantic at her for any of this. So it emerges and what works out. Assuming Wendy is improving, right? Who needs these sorts of recollections? He clarified that while he wasn't against Wendy doing a show or narrative, he believed she should improve so she could pursue a choice that she would love someplace down the line. He wasn't the one in particular who was worried about her group driving her into something that she wasn't prepared for, in light of the fact that her child, Kevin Jr., likewise communicated his interests, saying, "I realize there are a wide range of things happening that I know saying she could never consent to do, however hard as it seems to be seeing her being exploited. I know that assuming that I'm ensuring she as an individual is okay, that is the significant thing." He moreover guaranteed that her group was putting cash in front of ensuring that she was improving, and he got out whatever's been made more significant by individuals around her, is that while her well-being may not be extraordinary, she wants to continue to procure pay, and as I would see it, that ought not be vital by any means, and whoever has been employed, they are exploiting somebody who necessitates to get better. However, after some time she seemed, by all accounts, to be doing very well and, surprisingly, asserted that she needed to begin dating again. I can hardly stand by to experience passionate feelings for okay. Presently, I'm not kidding about that. You realize it's insufficient that I sit home without help from anyone else at 58 years old. I can hardly hold back to fall head over heels, no doubt. And I would rather not get hitched. I maintain that he should have proactively had children. I believe that he should be some spot between somewhere around my age, perhaps 10 years more youthful than me and perhaps 15 years more established than me anyway. Things before long went left with her once more since reports had it that she needed to go to a health office to improve. And when she returned, it was like she went from terrible to more regrettable in light of the fact that things just began to turn out badly. And obviously she was battling monetarily, she wasn't battling, however. She was destitute bankrupt since she got selling going her individual assets, including her notable purple seat. As per reports, Wendy has been calling individuals requesting that they help her sell all her stuff. She is requesting suggestions on places that can sell furniture for you. The insider added that in her groundwork for her move, she needed to perceive how she could list things in her home that might actually incorporate her notable purple seat among different remembrances. Currently, auctioning off her own possessions is a certain something. Yet auctioning off her notorious seat is the means by which you all realize what is going on is terrible awful anyway. Her marketing specialist attempted to turn this around, and she guaranteed that Wendy was doing a tad of spring cleaning, saying Wendy is getting freed of things for spring cleaning. This individual does this season. It's another section for Wendy, and she needs new things. This is a typical signal individuals use, and Wendy is the same. It is out with the old and in with the new. At the time, it was somewhat befuddling how Wendy could become penniless after such a long and effective vocation. I mean, sure, she had been jobless briefly, yet she was making millions while the Wendy show was continuing. So individuals were considering how she could blow through all that well. She didn't actually have the cash yet. Wells Fargo had decided to deny her admittance to the cash, guaranteeing that she wasn't intellectually sufficiently steady to deal with it. They needed to put her under a conservatorship, and they even prevailed to do so, and she was selected as a watchman. However, in the trailer for the narrative, her child Kevin Jr. implied that the gatekeeper wasn't dealing with Wendy as he ought to. Furthermore, he had left Wendy defenseless against being exploited by ravenous individuals around her. The watchman has not worked effectively to safeguard my mother's life. Right now, she's powerless and helpless, and she should associate with individuals who won't exploit the fact that I have no companions. The trailer also sort of implied that she was all the while battling with her drinking the entire thing today. Keep it there. Okay, keep it there. She likewise told herself that she was down and out and had no cash left. She was placed before an adjudicator and given to a gatekeeper. That was the point at which they removed her from us. I have no cash. What's more, I will let you know something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you as her family. We were all remaining uninvolved while watching, and she was shouting out for help. As of now, plainly, the explanation she's giving the narrative is that she wants the cash. And as per a few reports, this narrative could be a one-on-one arrangement for her since she could purportedly be stopping television after this. So it seems as though this could be a final desperate effort for her to bring in some cash. Well, fans had a ton to say regarding this, and they tweeted stuff like, I feel like the justification for why these things are going on to Wendy Williams. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.